It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
Unit lost. Unit.
Destination, Commander?
Hey Commanders and Grunts, welcome back to another Mental Omega game. Today, we're going to be playing European Alliance. It's been a while, right? I don't think I've ever actually posted a European Alliance game on this, just adjusting up volume a little bit there. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, I hope. I don't know if I can, but I'm hoping to. So today's theme is Ace Combat. I'm going to be spamming fucking Harriers everywhere. I'm gonna spamming jets. I'm spamming barracudas. I'm gonna do whatever in my power to fuck up the other player using air power. And you're gonna see here some really good European, actually no, really trash European jet play, but that's okay. My player is gonna be literally named Chinese. That is right. His in-game name is literally going to be Chinese. And I am playing this on NA time at night, meaning all of the Chinese players are also on. So, what to do in the early game? Well, as EA, you usually want to start out very safely. EA is a pretty powerful late game faction. They have a lot of good utility tools, but that's about it. Their damage is kind of lackluster compared to a lot of other factions. They're kind of the balanced faction for allies, so take good care of your units, make sure to build lots of repair IFVs, a lot of medics, keep your shit alive, but during this game I don't think I get into any real engagements. Like I have a couple of I have a couple of skirmishes, but nothing too real. Now the build I am going for today is the double power plant into airfield build, and what that's gonna give me is that's gonna give me SEALs, Rocketeers, and Harriers really fast. And I do love me some Harriers. Harriers are probably one of my favorite aircrafts to play around with, since two of them do one-shot any, well, most tanks, discarding maybe epic units and some tier 3 tanks. I'm pretty sure the only tier 3 tanks they cannot one-shot are the Charon, and the Nua. Oh, and the Macedon, of course, because fuck off. Macedon just have way too much health. Now, I'm going for a Stallion here because I wanted to go for a steel plate. I don't know how good these guys are, but I did scout Red. I didn't scout the other guy, which will be playing High Head, but I don't think Red was very good because he started spamming a lot of power points and a lot of initiates. So when you play, just remember, if they're not teching up properly, that probably means they are a noob. So target that noob down, get yourself an easy win. There's no competitive mode in MO, so just feel free to do all the abuses that you would like. Now I got my little SEAL platoon right there along with the engineer. I'm gonna put all of those guys inside of IFEs, and that's gonna be my strike squad for the day. See, I didn't notice that there was that many knife frames there. Lost both of my Harriers right away. Definitely not an ace move. However, that's not gonna matter too much in a second here. Now I do want to point out that his dogs are crowding my gen patch, so I just had to kill him off. That was like 500 fucking credits, right? I'm not gonna let that guy have it. He's not even gonna move it around. He did drop me a repair drone, though. He's a good team player. Now, knife frames, if you did not know, knife frames instantly hit jets or any air targets. There's actually a lot of units that do that. So speed for jets is not very good. Harriers, though, are really good at anti-vehicle, as you can see there. They basically taken out those jackals with no problems. Miners are just running around, and those SEALs are gonna shred the jackal rancer, but unfortunately, they're gonna move in a little bit. It's gonna take out one of my IFVs, but all that infantry is dead. It's gonna take out a few more jackal racers, but the miner mines came around, and I can no longer kill them with just the SEAL IFVs. I'm gonna send some Harriers after them, but you're gonna see how overpowered fucking repair miner mines are. Look at that. Usually, the Jackal Racer is not allowed to survive one Harrier airstrike. However, that miner mine repaired us so fast that after the first missile,
Training.
it got
Unit ready.
the Jackal Racer almost to half health again. Like after 2 missiles, which is supposed to kill, it's still at half health because of minor repair. It's fucking insane. And that's why it should be nerfed. By the way, throwing my balance suggestion out there. So I hit tier 6 or tier 3. I'm training 6 snipers. And look at that. My Stallion is back over there. I didn't even fucking notice it for a while. I was just focused on airstriking, getting more infrastructure up. That orb purifier is really important on maps like this. And I'm really glad I do have chrono miners, because chrono miners give you that extra little boost. Now, before the game fucking ends here, let's talk about the jets. Now, Harrier Micro, you want to be very careful. You want to go around the side, but do remember that when jets fire, they will automatically return to the nearest airfield. So you gotta plan that in your return path. I did notice the Stallion here, and man, oh man, the Seal is gonna have a field day. That is number 1, top 10 anime fights, Seal versus unprotected Nanoloom. It's gonna reach veterancy, but it's gonna go down pretty fast. Back to the Harriers. I usually put my Harriers on hotkeys so you can do subsequent strikes whenever you need to. In this game though, they didn't have as much armor as I would have liked them to. If there were more infantry based armies, I would prefer using a Black Eagle or a Stormchild, but obviously that's playing USA or Pacific Front. I'm playing EA here, so I have to make do with what I got. Usually, people will build 2 sets of airfields to counter Centurion on big maps like this, but that's for another time. In fact, my allies actually, I think, Russia, so there's no China on this map. Now, I'm building a pretty big force here. EA, I would think, it's kind of like an infantry-based faction. They do require a lot of infantry for firepower. Their tier 3 tank, the Charon, can instantly kill any unit, no buildings allowed, but they are not very capable in countering mass armor or light vehicles in that sense, because they are so powerful versus 1 unit. And that kind of leaves them very vulnerable. That's why you need snipers, Guardian GIs, and also Mirage tanks for support. Now, Mirage tanks, a lot of people build them as their primary anti-armor, which I would say to that, don't. They are really, really bad versus tier 3 armor. Mirage tanks are only good versus armor, by the way, too. So you might as well invest in a Charon and a lot of anti-infantry, then invest into a lot of Mirage tanks. I personally like to use Charons more than Mirage tanks, simply from the fact that you can counter most other things with Guardian GIs and some Siegfried shots. For the really heavy armor, you will reserve that for the Charon. My allies build a nuke. These guys have no way to deal with it. Since the Hive Head player was so crippled, he cannot build a Madman or anything, and up on the top left, he's just like true tier 3, yeah, which means asking the red player to get tier 3 or something like that. I don't know. Chinese is kind of hard to read sometimes. So now we're in a very advantageous position. I built some Barracudas, move out my entirety of my force. Don't forget to keep training after you move out your force. It's always good to have an army back at home just in case something happens. And in a relatively paradrop heavy game such as this, because I think Russia has a paradrop, Psycorp also has a paradrop, but those are Libra Chrones. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And I'm not entirely sure why Red doesn't have an army, but I'm gonna take my army and I'm just gonna sit on top of Purple's Orpheus. I am not gonna do anything but sit on that Orpheus. And also I'm gonna use Barracudas to kill defenses. If you didn't know, 2 Barracudas will kill 1 defense. Just like that. And if you're using them against Gatling cannons, you can usually get away with minimum losses. An Iron Curtain goes down.
Our base is under attack. Unit
Yeah.
ready.
Iron Curtain,
Construction complete.
Terror drones, not too effective against vehicles, better versus infantry, especially foe infantry. And I think he used overcharge on those things before. Not really gonna work out too much. God damn it, those miner mice are unkillable. So I park my Charon out there. He doesn't really have anything to counter this with. So you know what my
Unit ready.
you know what my ally's gonna do in a second there? I'll keep you guessing. I'll keep you guessing.
Unit ready.
But the hint is on the bottom right.
Give me a job. Eliminate.
Unit ready.
So to secure my economy, I got a few
Unit
more
ready.
MCVs just in order to build refineries on the low ground. Although my chrono miners are pretty much taking care of the job anyways. I got really good cash flow. I got really good army size. So what do I do next?
Building.
More infrastructure, of course.
Unit ready.
Now this is a pretty troll moment, but as soon as I start to yeah, this is what my allies is gonna do. And that's one way to kill Finland at least. As I move my entire army forward, they don't get to kill anything. Everything dies due to a surrender vote. Unpack my snipers. We're gonna go head over to red space right away. He doesn't really have anything to support or defeat my large army. He only really has Libra, which is pretty interesting considering he's been mining all the gems and stuff. I'm like, where the fuck did your money go, dude? And there we go. Easy win. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.